Good morning, students. Today I am here to teach you economics for class 11th. Student, we had already started our third chapter, that is theory of demand, in which we had already discussed about the law of demand, in which we came to know how the price affecting the demand of a commodity. Okay, students, today I am going to give you some schedule and curve of that demand, and on the basis of that I am going to explain you how the demand of a commodity is affecting. Okay, student, let us see it. Student, here is a schedule of demand which is given, and here we can see that price, that is denoted by P, and amount is given in the rupees, and here quantity demand, that is denoted by Q, and it is given in units. Okay, students, we will see that if the price of a commodity is rupees 10, then its quantity demand in the unit is 80 unit. And after that, if the price rises from 10 to 15, there is a change of 5 rupees, and price goes from 10 to 15. After that, we will see that quantity demand decreases from 80 to 50, and after somehow the price changes from 15 to 20, and its quantity demand decreases to 10 units. Okay, student, let us see how the curve is going to be made from the given schedule. Okay, see students, here is the demand curve, in which we will see that the price is on the y-axis and quantity demand is on x-axis, and here the price is taken with some units, that is 5, and we will see that 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25, and quantity demand is given with the 10 unit gap, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70. We will see that when the price of a commodity is rupees 10, when the price of a commodity is rupees 10, then its quantity demand is 80. So at 10, quantity demand is 80. We will find a point that is denoted by A. Okay, after that, when the price increases from 10 to 15, its quantity demand goes to 50 units, and we will find next point, that is point B. After that, if the price goes higher and it's become 20 rupees, then we will able to buy 10 units. So next point is, that is point C. Okay, students, let us draw a curve. After joining these points C, B and A, after joining these points, we will get a curve that is like that. This curve is also known as demand curve. This curve is also known as demand curve, that is denoted by DD. After joining all the 3 points, that is A, B and C, we will get a curve that is from D to D, and this curve is known as what? Demand curve. Okay, student, I think that is clear what is demand schedule and what is demand curve. Now let us see some exceptions of the law of demand. Here it is given some exceptions of the law of demand. Actually, student, this exception of law of demand is given by Sir Robert Giffin. Sir Robert Giffin has provided us the exceptions of the law of demand. After some period, it is known as Giffin paradox. That exception to the law of demand is known by the name what? Giffin paradox. And in Giffin paradox, we came to know that there is a positive relation between price of a commodity and its demand. See, with this figure, we will see that if the price of a commodity increases, then its demand also increases, and if the price of commodity decreases, then its demand also decreases. Means there is a positive relation between price and demand. With the help of this, we can see the demand curve that we'll see here is downward sloping toward rightward, and in this figure we will see that demand curve is moved from downward to upward, toward right. Okay, students, it means in Giffin paradox the demand curve move rightward to upward, and in law of demand, demand curve move toward downward, and that is toward rightward. Okay students, with the help of this we will see what are the exceptions of the law of demand. First one is law of diminishing marginal utility. What is law of diminishing marginal utility? In our second chapter I taught you that law of diminishing marginal utility say that if we continuously consume any commodity with constant price and income and other factor, we will see that our utility become diminishes. Means after continuous consumption of any commodity, we start decreasing our utility toward that product become diminishes. Okay students, law of diminishing marginal utility is an example that shows the exception to the law of demand. After that, income effect. In income effect we will see that if the income of a commodity increases and price of a commodity become constant, there is no change in price, but due to increase in income we will see that demand of a product is increases. And if the income of that product, if the income of that person decreases, then demand also decreases. It is also जो है given paradox. Third one is substitution effect. Substitution effect means if the price of tea, I had told you about the substitution effect, substitution, where we will going to consume the coffee in the place of tea. So here, if the price of tea decreases, then its demand increases, and the price of coffee is constant, but its demand decreases. Means there is a effect on the price of tea, but it also affecting the demand of coffee. That is substitution effect. Fourth one is size of consumers group. If the consumer groups is the size of consumer group, that is denoted by n. If the consumer size or population increases, then demand also increases, and if the size of population decreases, then demand also decreases. Next one is different uses. We will see that what are the commodities or what are the resources available, such as wood. We will see that the wood have different uses. With the help of wood, we will make doors, tables, chairs, sofas, etc. So there are different uses of woods. Its price increases day by day, but its demand also increases. Means there is a increase in price, but its demand also increases. So it is also given paradox or exceptions to the law of demand. Okay students, today this much is for today. We will come with the next video with the next topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.